Welcome back, Will at Chalmette Movies, and we're going to start with our review of Dark Shadows. And I'm going to get the ball rolling and say, what a giant disappointment.
Yeah, a big pile of...
Disappointment.
No.
Disappointment.
You want to keep calling it that? You people at home, you can see what this is.
What's that smell?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of unwarranted exposition for things I didn't care about.
Yeah.
And then major plot points that just introduce and go, deal with it.
Yeah.
Like they were just like, you know, I'm not going to be ruining anything here. I'm just going to flat out mention this. One of the characters is revealed in the last 5 minutes to be a lichen, a werewolf.
Yeah.
And they're just like, deal with it.
I'm like, what?
Exact line for the character. I'm a werewolf, deal with it. No, I'm not going to deal with it. That's terrible writing. That's terrible.
Yeah.
You can't just drop werewolves in because you're like, you got 50 minutes into the movie and go, oh, we haven't done werewolves yet.
Yeah, we've done vampires. We got to do like Twilight and everyone else. Yeah.
So, I mean, there were werewolves in the original show, but I mean, like, to just drop it in there at the last second just to fill that gap. And what was with the witch turning into, like, broken glass? Like, was that her shell?
And what's up with the demon tongue?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, and then, like, he has one, and Johnny Depp's character has one true love throughout the entire movie, right?
Right.
But why does he keep sleeping with everybody then?
Yeah.
I have one true love, but I keep accidentally sleeping with people, and it gets me in trouble, and I keep doing it.
And why does he keep eating people? Where's the restraint?
Yeah, they can't decide whether or not he's a hero or a villain because they keep referring to him as a gentleman, and he's so kind and he's strong-willed.
He's not eating. He's not. You know, he's not sucking blood of like bad people. It's innocent people.
Yeah, he just wakes up and
like,
but the thing is, the first scene you think it's gonna be spared because he apologizes at the end because he's been buried for all that time, and he goes, "You can't imagine how thirsty I am," and they kind of make a joke out of it. I'm like, all right, you know, they put the gore element in there, it's fine.
Yeah.
But then later on, he attacks a bunch of hippies.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I was a little upset they didn't do a drug joke there.
Yeah.
Like you know, if you're gonna eat a bunch of hippies, why don't make the brownie joke? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that stuff just went unexplored, and then they would introduce elements, and then at the end, it's revealed that he's a vampire, she's a witch.
Yeah.
And the entire town's there, and all the sheriff does is turn around and go, everybody go home.
Nothing to see here. And
then they never address it. They're like, wait, no, everybody knows that he's a vampire, and she's been alive for 300 years, and no one seems blown by this.
Yeah. What also I don't like is the look of the film was one of the biggest peeves I had. Everything was like defocused. Not like the scenery, but people's faces were so blurred. It's like not the like
I think
you could see the age in like Michelle Pfeiffer's face, things like that, but it was like there was like a weird degloss, like defocused kind of look of everything, and I didn't like that. I was like straining to look at people, you know?
I was just holding my head from all the bad plot points, like the fact that a vampire can go out in sunlight with an umbrella, but if he walks near a window that's partially open, he'll burst into flames.
Yeah.
So
well, it's the whole, what they're doing is they're following the same formula that Twilight has done, where they're up in a very foggy area. So certain times of the day it's very foggy, and he can kind of get away with the umbrella. Versus their house is way up high in the hills, where it's more closer to the sun, more direct sunlight. I think that's what they're going for.
You know what? And I like going to the casino with aces in my pocket too. But you know what that's called? Called cheating.
Yeah.
All right. It's just like
shame on you, Tim Burton. Shame on you.
You have a lore that is established for hundreds and hundreds of years. Right. Stick to the lore. I don't want to hear about this daylight vampire or half power vampire where it's like actually they can go out in the daylight. Why?
Yeah.
Because I'm a lazy writer.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And so it was really bad, and I got to drop this down. I want to say wait for DVD. Yeah, I can't completely dismiss it because I mean it has redeeming moments, but it was bad. It was just bad.
I on the other hand am pushing it back to wait for television, a yellow red, because this is based on a television show. And I feel like that's what it should have been, just a TV movie of the night.
You can almost actually hear the bad narration. It's like, we'll be right back with Dark Shadows.
Yeah.
Like, you can almost hear it, like, for the commercial breaks. Like, oh, this is where a commercial break would be.
And I felt maybe at the end, maybe Tim Burton was going for that, but it was like, it was a waste of my money.
Yeah. And, you know,
waste of my money. I want my money back, Tim Burton.
Yeah, and also...
You too, Johnny Depp.
I don't want to see Helena Bonham Carter in another 3 movies now. Because, I mean, that whole idea, too, of where she's, like, pretending to be, like, ugly throughout the entire movie. I was like... Is this some type of thing for her? Like, are we setting this up like she's like, I want to be young and beautiful again. It's like, okay, what is it?
Yeah, Helena, what happened? You're now fat and ugly. You really are now fat. I'm sorry to say, you are fat. Like me, you're fat. Silence is golden. We'll be right back, I guess, huh? We'll hear more Chalmette Movies. Shame on you, Tim Burton. Shame on you.
Shame